everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make um, basically like an editable PowerPoint. It's an interactive PowerPoint for your students. I know some of you use Class Notebook or are trying to use that. Some of you use just the plain OneNote, not actually necessarily Class Notebook. But I have found that PowerPoint is much more user-friendly. I know that I've heard a lot of, you can go back to Class Notebook and you can see their work. Well, you can go back and see their work that they did weeks ago if you upload PowerPoint as an assignment as well, because you can go into grades on Teams and you can go ahead and you can look back at previous assignments and click and see what they did. So even though you're uploading it as a PowerPoint, you can still go back, weeks later and see a PowerPoint that they did, a long time ago. So I just find that PowerPoint's a lot more user-friendly for me. Things move around a lot easier. I don't have that weird box around on Class Notebook. I don't have to right-click and put a picture on the screen, which that half the time doesn't want to work for me. And some reason, Class Notebook's been crashing a lot lately. So with a PowerPoint, it just is a PowerPoint. The only thing I'm going to have to say is that whatever device your students are using, they need to have access to PowerPoint on that device. So if they have like a tablet, they should probably download the PowerPoint app to be able to edit these files within their tablet. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to put images and objects, have them embedded within PowerPoint that the students cannot move them, and how to add a video and an audio as well as movable objects for them to use on their worksheet. So here we go. First thing I have is a blank PowerPoint. I don't want this text, so I'm just going to highlight it all, and I'm going to hit delete, and I'm going to start from scratch. You can also resize this page to whatever size you need it as. I'm just going to keep it as whatever it is right now. Now I want, when you're creating an interactive PowerPoint, you want to make sure that you create all the pieces that you don't want the students to move first. I find that to be much easier to start with. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to View, and you're going to go to Slide Master. Now there's all these weird screens here. I just always start with the first one. I'm going to highlight these text boxes or click on them and delete all of them. Oops, delete all of them. So I start from scratch here. Okay, so this is going to be my main page. Now I always want to start with, if I'm going to embed a worksheet, I just find that to be easier. So I have a Terra West worksheet that I'm going to utilize. Please make sure whatever worksheet you are using from any PDF, like this is a PDF file, I'm going to take this and use it and create it as an interactive PowerPoint. But please make sure you have the creator's permission to do so. Terra West has given permission to use her worksheets in a digital format as long as it's within your classroom and you're not reselling this or sharing it. So just make sure that you have their permission, copyright issues and everything. So just courtesy. So I'm going to use this worksheet for Terra West. I am not selling this. I am not sharing this. So please do not ask for this in any shape or manner. So in order to do that, I'm going to use my snipping tool. Now I'm going to actually close this window. I have my snipping tool down here on my toolbar. If you do not, you'll want to click in your search bar and type in snip, and it'll come up with your snipping tool. Now it's already going to be on a rectangle mode. If you need a different mode, like a freeform snip, you can do that, or a window snip or full screen to take like a screenshot basically. You can change the mode, but I just want this worksheet. So I'm going to click New. I'm going to start in the corner. Okay, and I'm going to stretch and drag. I clicked and I'm going to stretch and drag all that entire worksheet until I have it here, my snipping tool. Now all I need to do is really easy. All I need to do is right click this, copy, and go to my PowerPoint, and I right click and I paste the picture. Or you can hit Control V, that's the shortcut. I'm going to drag my worksheet all the way over to the side of my page, and I'm going to leave it there. Now I'm going to insert the directions for this task. So I went to insert and text box, and I'm going to insert my directions. So I'm going to say 1, watch the video first by clicking on it. 2, use the drawing tool to rainbow write each number. And then 3 is going to be show the correct number of, oh no, let's change it. Let's do use the ice cream pieces to show the correct number of scoops in each cone. Okay, so there are my text directions. I'm going to change this font to Century Gothic, and I'm actually going to change the font size to 15. I like it a little smaller because most learners aren't going to be able to read that. It's kind of there for the parents, or those learners who can read. That's there for them, but I don't want it too big because I don't want to take up too much space. Okay, so the next pieces are pieces that do not work with embed mode, like this view mode, or they are pieces that I want the kids to move. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to view and go to normal view. Now if you see on my page, I have this worksheet, and now the kids can't move it. They can't delete it. They can't do anything with that worksheet. Same with the text. They can't move it. They can't do anything with it. They can't delete it. So fantastic. Now, because these are little learners, I like to add audio directions to everything I do. So how you do that in PowerPoint is you go to Insert, and then you go to Audio, and you go to Record Audio. Now, in order to record, you click the red button. So here we go. 1, watch the video first by clicking on it. 2, use the drawing tool to rainbow write each number. 3, use the ice cream pieces to show the correct number of scoops in each cone. And when you're done, you click that little square, and now you have your recorded voice. So I'm going to click OK. And now I have a little audio button that the students can now click on, and they'll hear the directions. Now, keep in mind, this can be moved, this can be deleted, but unfortunately, you cannot put it in the slide master, because if you do, then the students are unable to click the start button, so they won't be able to hear anything. So kind of pointless. I also want to add a video because my first direction is to watch the video. So I'm going to go to Insert, and then there's the video button, but I need to get a video. So I already got this in YouTube. I already brought this up. I'm going to click Share, Copy, and I'm going to go back and go to Video, Online Video, because it's coming from YouTube. If it's on your PC, all you have to do that is click this and upload it from your computer. I'm going to go to Upload. You can right-click and paste it, or you can click Control-V and paste the URL there and hit Insert. Now I have this video, and when the students click on it, oops, might take a minute. My computer's a little slow today. Now they'll be able to see the video within the PowerPoint. Again, keep in mind this can be deleted, it can be moved. So hopefully it'll just be fine right there. I've never really had any problems with it, but I haven't used it too much. So next one is use drawing tool. This is where you want to make sure before you assign a task like this, you want to make sure that they already know how to use the drawing tools. So you can teach this within your live lessons, or you can create a video for them to watch. You can actually embed the video in here to show them what to do. So what they do is they go to Draw, and then they click a drawing tool. So I'm going to do a pen, a red pen. You can click this arrow to change the colors, or change, like, I guess, a cool, I've never really used these, but a galaxy. They could change the color, and then they'll be able to rainbow write. But don't do this on their worksheet that you're going to sign, because then they're going to see that. But that's how they would actually write on top. They could just click, they could change the color, They could do it again. If they have a tablet, they would, they would use their finger or stylus. If they have a computer, they would use their mouse. I know it's a little harder with the mouse, but it does give them the option to be able to interact with this. So when you assign this worksheet, blank, whenever they get it on their end, you want to make sure that you assign it as editable. And I can show you that as well in another video. I'll make another video this morning with that. But they can edit this. They'll have their own copy to edit, and you'll be able to see, all the work that they just did. So that's number 2. Number 3 is use the ice cream pieces to show the correct number of scoops in each cone. Well, I want movable ice cream. I don't want them to make the ice cream. I want movable manipulatives. So I'm going to go, ice cream's pretty easy. It's just a circle. So I'm going to go to shapes. I'm going to go to circle. I'm going to create a circle. I'm going to actually drag it and make sure that it fits on these ice creams. Hold on, let me see. I need 5, so I need some small circles here. So let me change these to some pretty small circles. So 1, 2, I need them to be really small, I think. Maybe if I can, haha. So there's my ice cream. I'm gonna make it this size. You can do 2 things. I'm actually gonna change my fill to something a little brighter. Shape outline, red. You can either make them all the same color. You can change different colors. So let me show you how to do all of those. So you can either keep this all the same color. So you can click on it and you can hit Control C to copy, Control V to paste. And I can make just a bunch of Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. I can make a bunch of ice creams and they can just move all of these over. Or you can make just one manipulative set if you just put these on top of one another. I know this is not perfect and I would make this a little nicer, but so then all they would do is they would just move one over and they would just keep pulling from the same pile. You just need to make sure that you make enough to fill up these ice cream cones. They could all be different colors too. So I could change this to, let's go back to that blue. I could have this on top. So each ice cream that they pull is a different color. You could even have, you could have an insert, you could have a square here. And let me make the shape fill as no fill and the shape outline as black. And let's make it a thick black. And I could type the text. I could say ice cream pieces. But I want to change this font to black so I can see it. And I also want to change my align text to top. So, and this shape here, you could also put into your view, you could put into your slide master. So that way they can't move this box. But so you could put all these ice cream pieces within this little manipulative box. And so they know that anything here within the ice cream pieces, they can move. But they won't be able to move the manipulative box if you have added it with your, within your slide master. They won't be able to move this. But then you can make your ice creams, the ice cream pieces in your normal view, and they'll be able to move their ice creams. So basically, they just go and they drag and they move. Voila. All of them. Like I said, you just need to make sure you make enough ice cream scoops so that way they can move them over. So, so overall, make sure you go to View, Slide Master, create anything you do not want the students to move or delete or edit. Create those first, okay? Then you click on Normal View and you add any audio, any video, any kind of manipulative pieces that you would like them to utilize. Also, while we're just on this, you can also teach your kids how to draw lines, and they could do like a matching game. So if you teach them how to insert a shape and insert a line. You could teach them how to, like for example, if they have these shapes, draw a line to these shapes that are the same. And you could teach them how to do that. And then when they submit it to you in the assignments, then you'll be able to see, all of the lines matching up. So I'll create another video. I don't have my teams up right now. I'm going to show you right now in this video, but just to make it shorter, how to create an assignment to add this assignment to. So that way all your students can edit this assignment. So I hope that this helps to show you how to create some more interactive assignments for your students. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank